Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Once again, we are back out here at the big shop at San Limo and was going to continue working on Joe's truck. Unfortunately, they found out that the torque converter was the wrong torque converter. So they pulled the transmission last night, sent the torque converter off to get machined because the snout was too long. And I'm going to go ahead and take a pause on this until the trans gets back in, because I'm at the point now where I'm testing circuits at the fuse box, and I need the starter in because that's the jump off point for the power that comes from the battery. So jumping on over to Ricky's car. Weto's got the shocks in. Like I said in the last video, this thing is coming together real fast. So I'm starting to pull wire through the chassis now. I'm starting to get the front lights pulled in, jump across the frame with a couple different colors, and starting to get this thing really put together. Waiting for the owner to show up to find out whether or not I can cut these off. I like to run these straight into the chassis, but you can't because these big connectors are here. If these are cheaper Amazon lights, then we'll go ahead and I think we'll be clear to just cut this off, solder it together, and then pull the wires straight into the frame. That way it looks a lot nicer and there won't be a bunch of tie wraps out here. I can put tie wraps this way because the hood bolts down here and covers, but I don't want to put any tie wraps out here where they're visible. So, like I said, I'll wait for the owner to get here and see if I can clip those off, if it's okay with him. If not, we'll have a few tie wraps out here and we'll hide the connectors under the frame somehow. But that's where we're at today, boys. Getting to wiring on this car. I'll bring you along with me. Weto's over there working and Joe's over here putting Benji's car back together. I forgot to show you guys this in the last video too. They were welding on the arms and getting them together, and they're already back from powder. Car's masked off. Joe's masking the car off, getting it ready for paint. They coming to paint it today? Tuesday. So,
just getting it prepped.
Yeah, Joe's getting it all prepped up for paint, scuffing it up, and they'll come in and spray it and
put it together. We'll have fun.
If you guys didn't know, Joe's like an all-around everything guy. He can fab, he can paint, he can cut fiberglass. I mean,
I went to Botech Auto Body for 2 years in high school.
Right, so he can do a lot of everything. So, like I've always said about Joe, he's probably forgotten more about this industry than I'll ever know. Look here, it's just back. So Joe's going to start getting the dash cut in for this car. I like how they laid this down closer. And again, you know, we have direct access to a fiberglass fabrication place. So that's what they're doing here. See, they've ran this thinner and then overlapped it. So Joe's going to do some repair work on mine and get it laid in. I don't like how far this dash sticks out. So we cut mine all the way back and pushed it forward. Sorry about that, guys. I tend to do that with the camera a lot. Yeah, I'm not allowed to touch my fiberglass, Joe said. He's going to handle the rest of mine for me and get it dialed in, but this thing's coming along. Yeah, I've created a little bit of work for Joe, but he'll get it fixed for me. Friggin' smart ass. All right, well, the customer showed up, brought his Terminator X and his Switch Pros over, and I started laying out the Terminator harness on the motor. It's a little bit different because they put a blower on it, so I've had to kind of use the cable stretcher and move a few things around, but we're going to make it work. I've got to extend a couple wires, like for the fuel pressure sending unit, which normally goes here when you deadhead the fuel system. This is in the regulator, so I'm going to take this gauge out and we'll put the transducer in there. And then I need to get the transducer for oil pressure, which is going to be right down there. All right, guys, so like I said, the owner came by, said that they were somewhat cheap lights, so I was able to cut the connectors off. And this looks much cleaner. I'll tie that up. But you have the wire coming off the light, and then it disappears right up into the frame. So much nicer. No bulky connectors hanging out over here anywhere, so, and not a bunch of tie wraps along there. That part's done. I've got them pulled back to here. They're going to jump down into the next tube. They'll jump out here and jump into here and go that way. And then head over towards the Switch Pros, which is over there. And I'll have the front lighting pretty much wrapped up on this thing. So that's where we're at right now. Still moving forward. Wiring away. All right, guys, we got one of the boxes that I've been waiting for from our friends over at Group A Autosports, which is Skunk 2. Yeah. So we get that out of there. Take the box. And there she is, boys. That's the 2-liter spacer. That's going on the manifold. I can go get that installed right now so we can start mocking up the cold side to the intercooler, and my car will be all finished up and ready to go. Well, I've got it put together with the 2-liter spacer. And man, this thing's huge. Way bigger than the Ultra Street that was on it. I do have the billet runners for this thing coming where I can run 8 injectors in the top. It's just not ready yet, but when it is ready, I will be swapping it over to the billet runners. Should be really cool. And then I'll probably get this thing polished. But it's going on the car now, guys. Big old 90mm throttle body. And whew. So this is let me show you the size. So this is a BDL, but same as the Skunk 2. That's what was on my car. Told you guys, this thing was a small little motor with street car stuff. Going big now. We're back over in the shop, working on Ricky's car, doing the wiring. I just pulled his front to back harness in, got it made. Got Brianna here helping me today. If you guys are looking for some videos to watch, you can go check out her channel. It is Grease and Glam. She's got a 94 Honda Civic that she's building, a little father-daughter project that we're working on. Thanks to Uncle Tom for the car. So we're gonna pull the main harness in our car as well. So Brianna's helping me. We've got the wire laid out and the loom to go over it. So we're gonna get that done. We're just here on a nice hot Saturday and getting some wiring done on Ricky's car, getting some wiring done on our car. And then the torque converter for Joe's car just came back because it was too big for his truck. So probably Tuesday, the transmission will be back in that, and then I'll jump back to getting that thing finished up. It should only be a day or two, and I can make that thing run. So we're gonna jump to it here. Here we go. This is the tedious part for me, is usually pushing this stuff through. So I showed Brianna how to do it, so that way she can do it for me.
Hey,
and then
figuring it out. So.
Yep. Then I'll have some of her work on our sand car too, which is awesome. Looks like she's getting it.
I gotta learn at some point.
Yep. That's going to be the big thing, is me teaching her wiring. Once she learns wiring, it's going to be all over with, man. Girls in motorsports and ones that know how to wire stuff. Woo! Triple threat right there. Get Joe to teach her how to weld.
I mean, you can teach me.
I can teach you. I can teach you the basics, but Joe's badass. All right, we're going to get this harness laid out, and we'll drop it in the car. Turbo. All right, guys, so far I made 711 on 20 pounds. Turn it up a little bit. Make some more power. $886. 886.
Oh, look at the charge pipes and everything.
Yeah.
Energy is palpable here, Chris. I can't even hear myself think. I guess they're in Nebraska.
Wow. All right, guys. Well, as you can see, we made it out here to Kearney, Nebraska, and I've got a few issues. I was working on the car this morning, going through things, and I looked down at my fuel pump relay, and all the plastic had melted off the fuse and was dripped onto the floor. So I did have a fuel pump relay kit with me, a 70 amp. I was only running a 30 amp. We've got that big eliminator pump in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and swap it out to this big 70 amp fuse. I'll show you guys this bad mamma jamma here. Or 60. It's got a 60 amp fuse in it, but it's a 70 amp relay. That should take care of all my problems. We got a couple hours before qualifying, so we are going to get this thing fixed up, put back together, get it tested, and then hopefully we make some jam and we go fast today. As you guys saw from the previous clip, it made a ton of power on the dyno, and we're gonna turn it up today. So we'll see how it goes. You guys stick around. Here we go, PFI Speed Fest number 4. All right, guys, so we got the relay kit installed. Special thanks again to my boys at PFI Speed. If it wasn't for Red and Jamie, I would not be here racing today. They had the kit, we got it installed. Chain bell is running. We're gonna let her warm up a little bit. Let Mario over there filming, and we're gonna put her on, do a little 2-step check, and see how spicy it is up here. That pump sounds a lot happier too. So one other problem we had was with my CO2 bottle. I stopped at a paintball place in Colorado that had filled it before. I had them fill it again, and I had nothing. So luckily somebody here had a big tank. We got it filled up. We're gonna go ahead and check it. That's more like it. That's more like it. Guys, I just went 924. This is the opposite side of the ladder for me. Blake bombing against this all-wheel drive car. That's when it goes, it's fast. Let's see what they run. So here I made it to the semifinals against Blake. Unfortunately, I just straight gave him the win. I red lighted and beat myself at the light. My staging brake wasn't working that great, so it actually pulled me deep. And when I deep staged, I let off the brake like I normally would, and I ended up red lighting against him. So because I red lighted, Blake got a bye run right into the finals, and that would have been me. But hey, it is what it is. So here's Blake in the finals having a staging battle with the other guy on the other side there. To me, in my personal opinion, I think this is dirty drag racing, but you guys take a look at this and you can judge for yourselves. So what's happening here is both pre-stage bulbs get lit and somebody refused to light the second bulb. Come on, man. Let's go. So that's a wrap for PFI Speedfest Season 2. I had a great time and ran my personal best. But in the meantime, I got to get back to the shop because I've got sand cars to finish. All right, guys, so we're over here at Cords. We're looking at Cletus' car. The 427 is in. The pulley assembly looks sick. Blower's on. And it is getting completely rewired. They've got her gutted. So I'm going to grab the trunk wing, and we are going to head out and trunk wing remade. Hey guys, so I'm back in the shop again today, working on our good friend Rick's car. And as you can see, I've got the dash mapped out. Is Dave Unknown from the East Counter Guy at Glamis Fab has a friend at his work, Dan, who 3D printed us some flush mount Holly dashes. Or dash holders. They're really freaking cool. And then since he 3D printed them for us, he went ahead and made us a template too for cutting it out, so he can just do the opposite of it. So that's really cool. I got it up there and taped up. I got it all drawn out. I'm going to go ahead and cut it, and then we'll get the bezel mounted in the dash, and it'll look cool. Cool carbon fiber print. Came out really awesome. All right, well, I'm not sure where I left off. I think it was right before I cut that Holly in. But I got everything mounted in the dash. Got the switch pros in. I'm starting to wire everything in now. We got lightage. We got startage. And we're waiting for the oil to show up so I can turn this thing over some more. But we have got so much going on in here. Cars stacked everywhere. This car we did the turbo kit on. It's a J35. Joe made the header for this thing, and it came out freaking bitchin'. We did a top mount intercooler with a scoop. We made the scoop. And then had it all powder coated to match. Had the header Cerakoted, which is really cool. Put the blow off valve right here inside the intercooler, which I think is always cool. Saves a lot of room. Got a little 35R on here. Just waiting for the oil fitting to come in. We've already got it ran down in the block. We're just waiting for Wedo to get back from the fitting place to get us our fitting. And then front wheels on this car, and it'll be out of here. We just did a transmission refresh and then added the turbo kit. This is a friend of Joe's car. Joe's Ripper is still sitting up there waiting. I am almost done. Well, I got another day, and I'll finish this car up, and then we'll be moving on to my car to get it finished up. We're waiting on a couple fiberglass pieces to come in so Joe can fix my F-ups with the fiberglass here. But I got one of those bezels for my Holly dash as well. It's going to go in there. But like Joe said, I'm not allowed to touch fiberglass anymore.
Never again.
I did a number on it, but he's going to fix it for me. So we've got the truck just about ready to go. He had that little issue with the transmission, but this thing will be ready probably next week too, ready to fire. I can't wait. I want to hear that motor so bad. There's just tons going on. And I'll go outside and show you guys Wedo's car too, because I can't believe that thing's already together. He must have went ape shit on that over the weekend. And then Joe busted out a set of arms. Can I show him the arms? Yeah. So Joe busted out a set of arms today for a customer that's coming in. Set of midboards. Just knocked those out this morning. Yeah, he still has to plate them, but ready to go. like a machine over here. It's super messy in here and super cramped right now because we've got so much going on. Go check out the fab room and look at Weto's car. So there's the jig. Joe uses for the arms. This is his jig table. And then let's go take a look at Weto's car outside. It looks really, really good. So he's all powder coated, headlights in, shocks going back on. Car looks freaking amazing. Turbo VW is gonna friggin' rip. Got an intercooler for it. We left a lot of room here because I really want him to put a Honda motor in this thing. So we'll see how it goes with transmission. He definitely needs a 091 if we put a Honda in it. But Weto's gonna have a ripper. He still has black licorice. He's not gonna get rid of that, but I think once he drives this car, it's gonna be all over for him. He's not gonna know what to do with himself. And then we've got Cletus's trunk wing. I gotta make new sides for it. So we're gonna get back to that in just a few minutes too. I'll bring you guys along the way. But in the meantime, we're gonna jump back in and keep on wiring. All right, got this one fired back up. Let the Cerakote burn in. So our Cerakoter guy said to let it come up to temp, let it smoke, and then shut it off. And this will start turning bronze. You can already see it starting right there. Woo, buddy. All right, fans are cycling. Wait for those to shut off. We'll cycle them twice. This little Tursky car will be good to go. One down, a few more to go. Still moving forward on the Switch Pros. I think I showed you guys, got a couple things done. Got the lights in, done. I just finished the whips. And then when you step, I'm gonna simulate stepping on the brake. When you step on the brake, they will turn red. So they'll work like a brake light. Pretty cool. You can also isolate the circuits left to right, and you can make them turn signals, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this thing's coming right along. I got oil on the way for it. Almost just about got all the car stuff done with this through the Switch Pros. And then once that's done, I can start working on the ECU stuff. I have to make a 4 relay pack for the fans, the fuel pump, and the ignition over there. And geez, other than running some little stuff in for these accessory lights he's got hanging and under the car, this thing I should be able to wrap it up tomorrow. Hopefully fire this thing up. We're still waiting on some stuff from Gear One for the hubs, but this is like, I've cleaned the floor 3 times today already, and I'm just shredding right along, getting this wiring done. And I've actually been able to do a little bit on my car as well. When I made the cable to go from the alternator to the starter, when I made it for this car, I went ahead and made it for my car. And then I'll start making the fan stuff later too. So running right along, ripping, getting this thing done. That's gonna wrap it up for me today. Finished up. I'll be back over here tomorrow after work, and I'll get a couple more hours in on this thing and hopefully start to get this thing wrapped up. Got a couple more little things to do, but should be finished. All right, guys, so we're back over at the shop once again today, working on our boy Ricky's car. And I've got a lot done since the last update. Tons of wiring done. I still need to work on the chassis stuff over here, but I've got all the engine stuff and the Holly working, so we're gonna go ahead and fire it on. Got lights on our Terminator. Let's wait for our dash to load up. I've got to go out to my car because I brought my Chevelle today and grab my 3.5-inch screen so I can put a tune-up in this thing, but That's all it's going to take is me loading a quick tune-up in this thing, and we should be ready to fire her up. So we'll bring you guys along with us as we get this thing done and get it fired up. All right, guys, we got a tune-up loaded in it. We're going to go ahead and fire this thing up. Wrap it up for this video. That car is an absolute ripper, dude. It sounds amazing. I got about an hour's worth of wiring left on that, and then I'm going to jump back over to my car, and then I've got Costin's car to start wiring next. Same thing, Holly, Switch Pros, you know the deal. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give us a like and a subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video.